cascaded.
Talagang kailangan nating i-clear to make sure na yung mabuhay lanes na binigay nating alternatibo sa mga motorista ay free from any obstruction.
As Christmas approaches, expect heavy traffic in Metro Manila to become even heavier. Plan your trips wisely and don't forget to bring plenty of patience. Mobile Journal, Ivan Tarinque, we are One News.
Now for the weather, Pag-asa is not seeing any low-pressure area within and outside the Philippine territory. But this does not mean that the entire country will be rainless. The northeast monsoon or amihan will trigger light rains over Batanes and the Babuyan Islands. Meanwhile, scattered or isolated rains are expected in several areas due to the easterlies. These include Caraga, Davao Region, Southern Leyte, and Metro Manila. A number of people have pointed out the importance of Sierra Madre against typhoons. But does the mountain range really serve as a shield in times like this? Para bigyan ng mukha ang balita, Mobile Journal, Francis Orsio.
Backbone of Luzon, natural barrier laban sa bagyo. Yan ang paniniwalang nakakabit sa bulubundukin ng Sierra Madre. Gaano nga ba ito katotoo? Tuwing may bagyong tumatama sa Luzon, napapa-thank you Sierra Madre ang marami dahil sa paniniwalang napapahina nito ang mga sama ng panahon. Ang super bagyong Pepito nga, nabawasan daw ang lakas ng dumaan dito, kaya hindi labis ang iniwang pinsala. May habang 540 kilometers ang Sierra Madre na nasa Cagayan hanggang Quezon Province. Paliwanag ng Pag-asa, totoo naman na humihina ang bagyo kapag tumatama ito sa lupa. Kumpara kasi kapag nasa dagat pa ang bagyo, wala ng tubig o moisture na nakadadagdag sa enerhiya nito kapag naglandfall na. Nagkakataon namang sa 20 bagyong karaniwang tumatama sa bansa taon-taon, ilan sa mga ito tumatawid sa Sierra Madre. Pero sa pag-aaral ng atmospheric at climate scientist na si Dr. Jerry Bagtasa, mas binigyang linaw kung totoo nga ba o haka-haka lang ang benepisyo ng Sierra Madre sa pamamagitan ng computer simulation. Dito sinuri kung ano ba ang pinagkaiba kung wala o nandyan man ang Sierra Madre.
Ang lumabas is that there's actually not much difference in terms of the weakening of the intensity of tropical cyclones. Whether Sierra Madre is there or it's not there. Aside from the walang effect on the weakening, yung sa rainfall naman tumataas because of Sierra Madre.
Paliwanag ni Dr. Bagtasa, tumataas pa ang dami ng ulan na ibinubuhos ng bagyo kapag dumadaan ito sa kabundukan. Ang moisture kasi na mula sa dagat, nadadala ng hangin sa kabundukan. At kapag dumaan ang bagyo sa bundok, sumasama ang moisture sa sirkulasyon ng bagyo. Kaya imbes na makatulong sa pagpapahina ng bagyo, maaari pa raw magdala ito ng panganib gaya ng pagbaha sa mabababang lugar at landslide. Halimbawa na lang nang nangyari sa Antipolo Rizal na bahagi ng Sierra Madre nang manalasa ang bagyong Enteng noong September 2024 na nagdulot ng flash flood at landslide.
May part kami na lowland, kaya may tinatawag na Lower Antipolo or LA. May mountains and hills kami. Kaya ang mga nagiging hazards namin, usually, yung low-lying areas namin talaga, meron kaming flooding. So kung may flooding, yung landslide, kapag malakas ang ulan talaga at saturated na yung lupa, yun yung may mga potential talaga na magkaroon ng landslide.
Isa sa itinuturong dahilan ay ang urbanisasyon o pagdami ng mga tumitira sa lugar, pati na ang iba't ibang aktibidad sa Sierra Madre tulad ng pagkalbo ng gubat at pagtapyas sa bundok o quarrying. Kaya ngayon, mas pinag-iigihan pa ng lokal na pamahalaan ng Antipolo ang paghahanda sa mga sakunang posibleng maulit sa hinaharap.
Tuloy-tuloy naman yung ating parang community-based approach to our Alerto Antipolo program. So nag-iikot po tayo sa mga high-risk areas, lalo na sinuturuan natin sila kung paano sila maghahanda. So prevention, mitigation.
Nilinaw naman ni Dr. Bagtasa na dapat lang pinoprotektahan ang Sierra Madre dahil din sa natural biodiversity ng kabundukan. Marami kasing iba pang uri ng species tulad ng hayop at mga punot halaman ang nabubuhay doon. At kapag nasira ito, mawawala ng balanse ang bawat buhay na meron sa Sierra Madre.
Yung Sierra Madre is so rich in biodiversity that we really need to protect it. So yung ecological services na ino-offer nito, itong mga very rich in flora and fauna.
Nakakatulong man o hindi ang Sierra Madre sa pagpapahina ng bagyo, tama naman na dapat itong pangalagaan dahil ang bawat sugat na idinudulot natin sa kalikasan, babalik din sa atin kalaunan. Ako po si mobile journalist Francis Orsio. Hatid ang mukha ng balita.
The festive season was felt in Intramuros last night after the ceremonial lighting of the Meralco Liwanag Park. Mobile journalist Julie Baiza with that report.
3, 2, 1, First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos led the ceremonial lighting of the Meralco Liwanag Park in Plaza Roma, Intramuros. This is a partnership between Meralco and Intramuros administration. Visitors enjoyed the Christmas display and a 20-feet-tall Christmas tree made of recycled meter case. Meralco Senior Vice President Ferdinand Galuz said the lighting display symbolizes hope.
Lighting up Plaza Roma, which is actually the center of Manila, Intramuros, brings about a lot of hope, and for our fellow Filipinos, and of course for the tourists, to really see Manila as a bright city.
He also mentioned that Intramuros is historic for Meralco.
In 1905, this is actually the first line of our Tranvia, from Santa Ana to Ayuntamiento. I think it's right here, at the right. So it was in 1905, and it's more than a decade ago, around 120 years. It's been really here. So it brings back a lot of heritage and history, not only for Intramuros and Meralco, but for the country as well. Because I think even in lighting up Manila, I think Meralco was the first to light up this portion of Manila.
Some visitors like Sahit was delighted to see the lighting in Christmas tree. It is Sahit's first time in the country.
I think it's beautiful, it's well lit, and actually I was surprised and amused.
Earlier, the First Lady also led the relaunching of the Centro de Turismo in Intramuros. It blends history with modern technology to create an immersive experience for its visitors. The Centro de Turismo was built at the former site of San Ignacio Church. Access to the Centro de Turismo's ground floor is free. It is open from Tuesdays to Sundays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mobile journalist Julie Baiza, We Are One News.
And those are the top stories of the hour this Friday. I'm Pauline Berzosa. We are One News.